Yo, everyone. This Nick Stavis here. Um, and I just want to read some quotes in this book. This book that it's got the Flower of Life on it. Um, been writing some principles of Course in Miracles with. It's the Book of Wisdom and Love, Spiritual Principles of Truth, and I have some quotes written down, and I just want to expand on them just a little bit. The first one I wrote down is fear cannot be mastered. The true mastery is in the mastery of love. So we see some people that are trying to master fear and misery and all these things, and are trying to find their way through their life by mastering these things and understanding them and trying to understand love through understanding the opposite of love. This is not the way to understand love. The way to understand love is simply to focus on it and know the truth, because the truth is eternal, formless, and changeless love. And you don't realize that that's reality and everything else is illusion, then you can be stuck in these illusions trying to understand them when you can't understand them. You can't understand illusion. You can only understand the truth, which is love. Formless, changeless, eternal love. Another one is, innocence is wisdom because it is unaware of evil, and evil does not exist. It does, however, see all that is true. This is what I was just talking about with the eternal, changeless, formless love. Innocence and wisdom sees innocence. It sees innocence in all, no matter what they've done. No matter what the form may be, it is not there. The form is not there. The formlessness is there, and that is the innocence. And to perceive that is to perceive it in yourself. So innocence is wisdom. Seeing innocence is wisdom. So innocence is wisdom because it is unaware of evil, and evil does not exist. It does, however, see all that is true. Perception, miracles, and doing are closely related. Knowledge is the result of revelation and induces only thought. Another one is a sense of separation from God is the only lack you really need correct. So this is all from A Course in Miracles. I'm starting to read it and I'm taking notes on it, and I want to carry this book around with me to be able to help people and share the Holy Spirit to everyone, because as you'll find out later, the Holy Spirit gets stronger as you share it. Okay, correct. The miracle substitutes for learning that might have taken thousands of years. So the miracle is the joining of minds. It's how it's defined in A Course in Miracles, is the joining of minds as one. So a moment of love is really a miracle in that sense. A moment of love and joy shared between two minds is a miracle, and that substitutes for years and years of learning. Miracles can also be, things that happen in the world, but the world isn't really there. So the miracle is really something that is of the Holy Spirit. It's not of God, because God doesn't perform miracles, because miracles, what is the miracle? The miracle could be defined as the joining of minds, and really the miracle already exists with God. So there is no miracles such as walking on water and these things. These are images. These are not, the feeling that it creates, the feeling behind it, the love that joins the minds is the miracle. And that's what happens when Jesus walked on water. It was joining minds in some kind of feeling, some kind of knowledge. So that's the miracle. The way you see that will endure forever. whatever is true is eternal and cannot change or be changed. The only meaningful prayer is forgiveness. So yeah, I see a lot of people praying for the wrong thing. They're praying for abundance of money. They're praying for things of the world to change. But really, what the real prayer is forgiveness, which is defined somewhere in this book. Forgiveness is the healing of the perception of separation. So that is a most meaningful prayer, is to heal the separation. Forgiveness, the healing of the perception of separation. The meek shall inherit the earth because their egos are humble and gives them true perception. This is what Jesus, the Holy Spirit, said, or the Holy Spirit. I can be entrusted with your body and ego because this enables you to not be concerned with them and lets me teach their unimportance. So Jesus is offering to have us allow him into our body and mind and carry our body around. And I know that sounds crazy, but it's really happened to me before, where I felt like I was being driven around by the Holy Spirit and all my decisions of my body were being made for me with the Holy Spirit, with the God who I truly am. And I am one with. So I can be entrusted with your body and ego only because this enables you to not be concerned with them. So it is really not our focus to focus on the body and to focus on the ego. That is not our job. Our job is to focus on spirit and the truth and let that grow in our mind. And lets me to teach you of their unimportance. So that's why we're to focus on spirit and love and the Holy Spirit, is just to learn and to be guided by it into the changeless, formless, eternal love. So that's really why, because reality is this love, really the ego and the body are unimportant. Belief is an ego function. So this is just kind of how the A Course in Miracles uses its words. Belief is an ego function. So to know something is not of the ego, that is of spirit, and to believe something is an ego function. So it's like a stubbornness towards an idea that you have no knowledge over, you have no proof over, so belief is an ego function. The ego lives by comparisons. So it's always comparing itself to others and comparing bodies to other bodies and all this kind of nonsense. Equality is beyond its grasp, beyond the ego's grasp. Knowledge never involves comparisons. So again, that word knowledge, it's really knowing the truth, knowing spirit and love. See everyone, no matter what, as innocent. So this is really not ignorant. It is actually to see everyone as innocent is wise because it is reality. Reality isn't these bodies that seem to be sinning. It is really the truth of the spirit. That is the truth. So to see everyone as innocent is wise, and to see all the rest of them and not to perceive the Holy Spirit in them is very foolish. God will come to you only as you will give him to your brothers. So I read this part and there's going to be a quote that comes up next that says, Spirit, it becomes stronger in your mind. It strengthens the Holy Spirit in you by giving it to others. So the reason that others don't hear the Holy Spirit is because they aren't giving it to others. Because what you give, you have, and you gain what you give. God created every mind by communicating his mind to it, thus establishing it forever as a channel for the reception of his mind and will. Nothing real can be increased except by sharing. So, again, this is another principle that I was talking about. Nothing real can be increased except by sharing. So, if you want to hear the Holy Spirit, you should start, praying for forgiveness and sharing this forgiveness onto others and using your words, using the Holy Spirit's words, praying for the Holy Spirit to be in you and be your words and be your actions, and then speak to your brothers and sisters and share the Spirit, and then you'll begin to hear it more and more. Let me know this brother as I know myself. I just wrote that down because really we are all one, and our brother is ourself, and to know this is to know each other, really. So to know your brother is to know yourself is to know your brother, and to know Spirit is really to know your brother and yourself. Thought increases by being given away. The more you believe in them, the stronger they become. Everything is an idea. How then can giving and losing be associated? So, yeah, that's pretty self-explanatory. What you acknowledge in your brother, you're acknowledging in yourself. And what you share, you strengthen. So if you're sharing the ego, then you strengthen that in your mind. If you share the Holy Spirit, then you're strengthening that in your mind. And by acknowledging your brother, by acknowledging what you acknowledge in your brother, you are acknowledging in yourself. So whatever you see your brother as, if you see him as sinful or you see him as godly, you're seeing that, you're being that, you're inviting that to be you. By projecting your guilt onto that body, then you are guilty yourself. If you project or see the truth of him, which is innocent and loving, eternal, changeless, formless spirit, then you are that. The voice of the Holy Spirit is weak in you. That is why you must share it. It must be increased in strength by sharing it before you can hear it. So that's what I was speaking of earlier. I'll say it once more. The voice of the Holy Spirit is weak in you. That is why you must share it. It must be increased in strength by sharing it before you can hear it. The only aspect of time is the only aspect of time that is eternal is now. So it's not the future, it's not the past that's eternal. It's really this moment right now that is all. Time really is an illusion, and everything is happening simultaneously, all at once, in one moment. So that is a great illusion, is time. And the only time that is eternal is right now. The only moment that is real is now. The Holy Spirit is the mediator between the interpretations of the ego and the knowledge of Spirit. So it is the healer. It heals your perception, the Holy Spirit. It heals your perception. And once your perception gets to the point of right-mindedness or true perception, which is seeing the truth and the innocence in all our brothers and sisters, then we are able to reach knowledge if we have correct perception, and it is flawless. You cannot understand yourself alone. So, yeah, you have to understand yourself with God or with, with the Holy Spirit. Look as the Holy Spirit looks and understand as he understands. So this is just kind of a thought that is telling you to allow the Holy Spirit to guide you and to be your words, be your actions, and not worry about those things so much. Just kind of let the Holy Spirit be those. You don't have to focus on what you're doing. You don't have to focus on what you're going to say. You just be still and calm and know that the Holy Spirit will speak for you. That is the way of the Spirit. How much time do I have? 17 minutes went by. Holy, that was fast. Okay. I'm probably going to do another video eventually. I don't know when, but I'm going to do it on the principles of miracles, which is at the beginning of A Course in Miracles. And I'd love to share those with you guys too. But this is enough for one video, I feel. So yeah, unconditional love to all life everywhere. I love you guys.